Alright guys, we got a massive amount of content coming in. So of course we have the trailer for whatever seasonal this is going to be. And then later on tonight we are getting the refines for the Brave units. So why don't we start things off with this trailer, see what's up. Okay, so we have Mask Marth, aka Lucina, starting us off. That was not what I was expecting. But a very interesting outfit here. Looks like she is a gladiator, which this is a theme they've never really dipped into. Okay, so Marth, aka Lucina, is going to be a lance infantry type. Okay. Alright, stats are right there, but we have a lot of debuffs going on. So 40 HP, 55 attack, 42 speed, 38 defense, 24 res. Probably getting some debuffs from Yune because she's right over there. Alright, let's see what her skills are able to do. Oh, and then she cleans up her stats after swapping and gets another action. As you would expect from Lucina units. Okay, going in against Meliai. That's a little bit more recent of a unit, so this should be a good showcase. Okay, Disguise Lance, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. If a rally or movement assist is used by unit or target's unit, inflicts speed and defense -7. Sabotage and panic on the closest foes to both unit and target ally or unit and targeting ally after movement and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. Then also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to the number of allies in 3 rows of 3 columns. Center on unit times 3 plus 5 with a max of 14. Unit deals +X times 5 damage, excluding on AoEs, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by X times 3, and reduce damage from foes' specials by an additional X times 3 during combat. X is the number of bonuses active on unit and foe, excluding stat bonuses with a max of 5. And then also, if Future Witness is active on unit or unit speed is better than the foe's speed, unit attacks twice. Oh, we got Brave attacking there. Interesting. Okay, so Future Gaze, new assist. Unit and target allies swap spaces, grants Future Witness, dodge, and foe penalty doubler to allies in 2 spaces of unit and target after movement for 1 turn. And grants special cooldown count -1 to unit and those allies, and grants another action to unit. So basically, it's just the Ninja Lucina assist on crack, pretty much. Alright, then we have Gust. I believe I saw perfect attack speed. Yeah, right there. And then a new beast skill here. Ooh, attack and speed favor. If a rally or movement assist is used by unit or target's unit, grants attack and speed up 6, empathy, and reduce foes' non-special DR by half during combat to unit and target ally or unit and targeting ally for 1 turn. And grants special cooldown count -1 to unit and targeting ally or target ally for 1 turn. Once per turn. Wow. Allies on the map with empathy active deal +7 damage during combat. Oh my god. Inflicts speed, defense, and res -4 on foe, and unit deals +X +7 damage during combat. X is the highest total attack and speed bonuses among unit and allies with empathy active. Wow, that is a really strong assist. Or not assist, but a beast skill that activates with your assist. Way better than Detect, for sure. God damn, that's like on the level of Legendary Sakura's beast skill. Can't remember the name right away, but it gives you +5 damage to allies on the map that have the effect active. I believe it's neutralize foes bonuses or neutralize units penalties. One of those 2 effects. But this is looking way better than that. Alright, so yeah, she just tore through Meliai like nothing. Meliai is a pretty tanky unit, by the way. Not to be underestimated. Alright, so we have Gladiator Chrom up next. You know, I do appreciate that they went outside the box. They didn't do like a tribe banner, which is normally what we would get in this time slot, I believe. So, something different for once is nice. At least they're trying. So, Chrom stats here, we got 40 HP, 63 attack, 43 speed, 49 defense, and 18 res. Alright, he is a colorless bow infantry type. So what is this going to be? Duo Chrom 2.0? Oh, wow. Actually, against Burger King? Oh, yo, why are these showcases legit for some reason? Okay, Gladiator's Bow, 14 might, 2 range, effective against flying, -1 special trigger. If a rally or movement assist skill is used by unit or target's unit, inflicts attack and defense -7, exposure and discord, and a penalty that neutralizes miracle effects on the closest foes to both unit and target ally, or unit and targeting ally after movement, and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. That's really good that he gives the miracle negation effect as a debuff on his assist, because there's not really a lot of ways to get that, and the few ways that we have it are either start a turn so King Freyr can get rid of it, or like after combat, like with Fatal Smoke. So being able to do it here is actually really good, and this is going to mess with Rhea on defense teams, so yeah, that is good. Also, if unit initiates combat or unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats up X to unit. X is the number of bonus effects and penalty effects active on unit ×2, with no cap on the number, by the way. So the sky's the limit, pretty much. Excluding stat bonuses and stat penalties, plus 10% of unit's defense at the start of combat, +5. Jesus Christ. Okay, neutralize foes' bonuses to attack and defense, and unit deals +Y ×5 damage during combat. Y is the number of bonus effects active on unit and foe, excluding stat bonuses with a max of 5. And also, if unit initiates combat, unit can make a follow-up before the foe's next attack. Yeah, so far, so good. Alright, then he's got Conquering Fate, brand new assist. Moves target ally to the opposite side of unit. Grants another action to unit. Inflicts isolation on unit and pair up cohort. Grants Change Fate to unit and target ally for 1 turn. Grants special cooldown count -1 to unit and targeting ally. And grants any bonus effect active on unit to target ally, and any active effect on target ally to unit. Wow. So he's just a better Brave Chrom, pretty much. Jesus Christ. Okay, so Change Fate enables Canto 2, grants all stats of 5, and unit deals damage equal to 3 times the number of total bonuses and penalty effects active on unit, excluding stat bonuses and stat penalties during combat with a max of 15. Oh my god. I mean, a max of 15 is still plus 45 true damage. So, dude, this is broken. What the hell? Yeah, this is very good if you were keeping track. All right, what else we got here? Blazing Wind. Once again, they missed the opportunity to get a brand new upgrade to Blazing Specials. All right, then he's got Sly Sturdy Blow, attack and defense favor, which is pretty much the same thing as Lucina's one, except this one is attack and defense instead of speed. And then yet another Times Pulse skill. So this one is Times Pulse Arms. At start of turn, if special cooldown count is at its max value, grants -1. Grants bonus to attack and defense during combat equal to max special cooldown count value +2. And if unit's special cooldown count is at its max value after combat, then you get another -1. So it's pretty much Times Pulse Edge, Times Pulse Helm, except this one is Times Pulse Arms. Okay, we're going to get to see Burger King actually lose here. That's pretty good to see. I mean, why can't we get showcases in the trailers like that all the time, right? Okay, so we got Chulainn up next, I think. Looks like Chulainn, yep. Okay, so Axe Infantry, Chulainn. Yeah, this guy, he fits the Gladiator theme a little better, I would say. Yet here he is as the demote, presumably. Arena Axe Plus, 14 might, 1 range. At start of turn and after unit Axe, if Canto triggers after Canto, inflicts speed and defense -7, speed shackle and defense shackle on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next action. Wow. That's a pretty good inheritable weapon. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit's speed, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by, or foes' first attack specifically, by 20% of unit's speed during combat, including their brave attack. And then they explain defense shackle. That's really good as an inheritable weapon. Like, dude, this is on par with an arcane weapon. That's really good. And then it's so good, it's inheritable, but then it doesn't count as a preference skill. So you could probably replace a lot of old units' preference skills with this, and then that would free up their, like, attune slots so they could run an echo skill if they were running a preference weapon instead. So, like, that's really good. All right, then we got Luna, attack speed spiked wall, pretty good for a 4-star, and then times pulse 3. Again, pretty good for a 4-star. Nice demote fodder skill there. Yeah, I guess this banner is where we're getting the power creep now. And they were kind of holding back, I feel like, with a couple of the recent banners. And then out of nowhere, here we go. We're just cooking like crazy. Oh, dude, that's fire. That's a really good duo right there. Fir and Ira. Or not Ira, Carla, right? I guess it could have been Ira, and it could have been a Harmonic hero. I actually had this idea. Remember that video I made with the duo heroes that I most wanted to see? I believe I had Fir and Carla as one of the options. But, no, we got Fir and Carla. I think I said Fir and Ira, or it might have been Marissa and Ira. I don't remember. But this is a very good combo. So, a sword cavalry type. Looks like Fir is going to be the main unit and Carla's the backpack. Alright, she's a cavalry sword type. Princess's Edge, 16 might, 1 range, -1 special trigger. At start of turn, grants -2 cooldown to unit. That's every turn, by the way. That's not at the start of turn 1. That's at the start of every single turn. At start of turn and after unit acts, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, inflicts speed and defense -7, discord, speed shackle, and defense shackle on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next actions. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to attack speed, defense, and res equal to the number of allies in 3 rows of 3 columns centered on unit times 3 plus 5 with a max of 14. Unit deals plus X times 3 damage, excluding on AoEs. X is the number of bonus and penalty effects active on target and foes in 2 spaces of target, excluding stat bonuses and stat penalties. Ooh, dude. This is the Baby Camilla effect. Unmitigated true damage. Finally. It's about time we got that on somebody else. Reduce damage from foes' attacks by 20% of unit speed. Neutralize effects that guarantee foes' follow-ups and prevent units' follow-ups. And grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. This is like an actual power creep banner. Gale Force Mist, 5-hit cooldown. If unit initiates when unit special triggers, grants another action to unit after combat. If unit initiates combat, reduce damage from foes' attacks by 40% during combat. Okay, so it's Gale Force with non-pierceable DR. That's pretty good. Gale Force that actually does something in combat. If that's inheritable, that's going to be nuts. Okay, Blue Skies 4, Potent Assault, and then attack speed, Outcry, Dull. Very, very good base kit. Pretty much best in slot base kit. Right out of the box. Okay, so what is going to be their harmonic skill? Let's see here. Alright, stat line, by the way, 40 HP, 68 attack, 55 speed, 35 defense, 25 res. Well, do -6 because they have Outcry Dull. So 62 attack and then 49 speed. And their button is grants Resonant Blades to unit and allies from the same title for 1 turn. And grants special cooldown count -2 to unit and allies from the same titles. FE6 doesn't really have much. FE7 has some units, but not really anything too recent. Like, their best units are pretty much Emblem Lyn and Attuned Hector. Not really the craziest, like, meta-relevant units at the moment, but they are still usable. Any effect that can be triggered only once per turn by units equipped special skill can be triggered again if that effect has already been triggered. So, in other words, she can proc Gale Force again. Wow. Wait, does that mean the Gale Force or does that mean the non-pierceable DR? Hold on, let me just double check that. It could mean both, possibly. No, I think it is the Gale Force, because the non-pierceable DR is not once per combat or once per turn or whatever. So yeah, she can actually proc Gale Force twice there. Which is very, very good. Yeah, she seems really good. I don't know what else to say. Finally, we got another unmitigated true damage unit like Baby Camilla. Not quite as crazy, because obviously Camilla has like so many other things she does. She gets terrain control, she gets warping with pass, and she can cover a lot more ground than Fir can. But it's like I said, it's still nice to finally get another one. Yeah, so there she just procced her Gale Force twice, which is what they wanted to show off. Yeah, so this is pretty much a Gladiator banner, or I guess Arena. I think I saw someone mention something about Arena Ferox just now. And it looks like Ogma is going to be our Tempest Trial unit. Yeah, so the demote is in fact Chulainn. Is there anything else? Yeah, they want to tell us about sparking. If you're going to spark on this banner, which I would highly recommend, go for Chrom. Chrom looks bananas, dude, with that new effect that he's got. What's it called again? Hold on, let's just make sure we're getting our names right. Conquering Fate. Change of Fate looks like the most cracked bonus effect we've seen pretty much since Reflex. Like, that's insane amounts of DPS you're getting there. So, yeah, I would say top priority, definitely Chrom. Second place, definitely Fir. And then Lucina's okay. She's not really breaking the mold enough like these two are, in my opinion. But she's still definitely a pretty solid-looking unit. And then Chulainn's a pretty good demote. Oh, they have news about Fire Emblem Awakening songs being added to Nintendo Music. I think I heard about this earlier, actually. Someone tweeted this. But I didn't really think much of it at the time. Yeah, so they're just showing off a bunch of songs from Awakening that you can listen to on Nintendo Music, I guess. Alright, is that everything about the trailer? Yeah, hold on. Before we get out of here, though, let's head over to Twitter and take a look at the new restrictions for all the new skills here. Oh my god, Gale Force Mist is actually inheritable. What the hell? So it's restricted to Flyer and Cavalry only. So in other words, Baby Camilla, right? Oh my god, yeah, and it's only for melee pretty much. Sword, Lance, Axes, and Beasts. Dragons can't get it, but then again, dragons weren't able to get the original Gale Force anyway, so that makes sense. And then the favor skills are for everybody besides Staves, which is good because those look pretty good. And then, of course, the Time Pulse skill is for infantry only. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. This is a very, very powerful banner. This is actually better than the Brave banner, I think. Like, who would have thought? The seasonal banner after the Brave banner is actually better than the Brave banner. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts and stick around because in just a moment, who knows when? It could be any time from now up until reset when we're going to get the refines for the Brave Heroes and the 2 remixes. We're getting Asker's remix and Legendary Veronica's remix. So, yeah, I will be covering all that, so look forward to it, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.